Please make it real loud right now for your host, Zach Miller!
What's up, party people? Alright, how's everybody feeling? You guys settling in okay? Everybody getting used to watching stand-up with the lights on? I know it's a little weird for some of you guys. I always like to find out who's here a little bit before we get into the rest of the show, let you guys get to know me if you don't know me. I am a father. I got 2 beautiful children at the crib right now. How many other baby makers we got tonight? Who made other human beings with their sex parts? By a round of applause. Okay, tight. We do not raise our hands, sir. This is not a PTA meeting. We affirm things with applause and or whistling or showing a boob. Okay, tight. Good to see some parents here tonight. I like when parents are here because I know there's at least some party people here. Parents are the real party people. People without kids will dispute that. They're like, no, we party harder. Well, you drink more, you stay up later, but you don't party harder. Because when it's time to bone, you use contraception. Clearly. Not us parents. When we bone, we go deep. Blocka! Just lay this life seat in there and deal with the repercussions for 18 years. Longer if you fuck up the first 18. I like being a father. I'm lucky I have a son and a daughter. My son's about to be 8. We just had one of those very important moments. It's one of those really benchmark moments, that you get to have with your son. There's only so many of them. At some point we'll have the talk. That'll be a very important moment. When he was born and became 8 days old, and we gave him his bris, and I watched a man cut a piece of his penis off. That was a pretty significant moment. Then we had this moment. It's very important. We were at the pool, me and my 2 kids. I put suntan lotion on my daughter, made sure she was protected from the sun. Put suntan lotion on my son, made sure he was protected from the sun. And my daughter went and jumped in the pool to play, and I said, son, hold on, I need your help. It's time for an important rite of passage. I need you to take some of that suntan lotion, and I need you to put it on the center of my pale, pasty, hairy back for me. Much like I did for my father in 1986. I remember my rite of passage clear as day. Well, not clear as day, but I remember something about it being very gross and ending up with suntan lotion and a very long black hair in my Cheeto. It's an important moment for a father and son. And then I got to thinking about my son and his child. His son one day will put suntan lotion on his back. But my son's biracial. He's a Jalapeno. So when my grandson puts suntan lotion on his back, it will be beautifully golden brown and hairless. And my grandson will not have the torture that me and my son had. And I pray one day, after all of us are done having sex with each other for another 50, 100 years, no child will ever have to rub suntan lotion on a pale, pasty, hairy back again. Because there will be no pale, pasty, hairy backs left. We will have breeded them out of existence. And all young boys will be free of that torture. I know that joke may come across as a white genocide bit. But in my set list, it's named Long Black Hair and a Cheeto. So don't get your panties in a bunch. People get weird sometimes when I talk about race, because despite the fact that I've given them the information, they look at me and think white man. I always like to clarify in my shows, I am not white, I am Jewish. It's different. I am an ethnic. I am a minority. My people have been persecuted. Jewish people are the ethnic spy. We look white, but we're not white. But because we look white, we can hang out with white people and hear all the shit they talk about black people. Then we go back to the black people, we tell the black people what the white people said, and the black people give us free weed. Have been since 1964. and the Great American Negro Hebrew Weed Pact between Dr. Martin Luther King and Rabbi Shlomo Weedowitz. Who do you think those white faces were at the civil rights marches? You think that was Jeb from Alabama? Bobby from Arkansas? No. Those were Jews from Chicago on a road trip. Smoking that Black Panther OG. And I don't mean the Marvel movie. I mean like Tupac's mom. That kind of Black Panther. I'm sorry I broke up your Black Panther party. Forrest Gump knows. Alright, you guys are pretty cool. I like to be an involved parent in my children's education. I think that's important. I hope all parents do. I get to know my kids' teachers, make sure they know I'm accessible as far as my kids' education. My son's second grade teacher, Miss Cordum, very cool people. We had a great relationship. She called me a couple months ago towards the end of the year, and she said, "Hey, Zach, something happened in class today I feel like you should know about. It's not a big deal. I just feel like you should know." So what happened? She goes, "Well, I was teaching the class a lesson about Eleanor Roosevelt. And I asked the students, I said, does anybody know who the first lady is currently?" And your son raised his hand like he might know the answer. So I said, "Brady, do you know who the first lady is today?" He said, "Well, I think I do." I said, "Well, who do you think it is?" And he said, "Stormy Daniels?" And here's the thing. We are obviously in a very politically divisive climate right now. And I know there's a lot of people in our country that would blame that scenario on Lord Trump, the 45th President of the United States. Those people would be incorrect. That is not our great president's fault. That is my fault. Because I leave cable news on all the time during dinner, and I could see where his 7-year-old brain would mistake the narrative. Also, I'm a good father. And like every father, and every good father on this planet, I know you're supposed to teach your son about side bitches in first grade. So that, that's really on me. Did that make you uncomfortable, bro?
Not really.
Is it because you voted for Trump? Yeah. It's cool when you do Trump jokes. You can always tell who the Trumpers are because they're like, it's all right, man. It's not your fault you're racist. It's mainly how your parents raise you and you're ill-ability. It's okay. Try different colored sex sometimes. It's really great. I haven't had sex with a white woman in 15 years. So heads up, white ladies. I don't have a problem with you. It's just like, that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? When I'm boning, I like to know where my penis ends and the pussy begins. I like a little contrast. You know what I'm saying? Yay. All right. Does that make you uncomfortable at all? Are you upset because you seem to be of the Caucasian persuasion? When you came to the show, you're like, all I want to do is laugh real hard and then bone that guy in the salmon pants after this. And then you realize your shot wasn't happening. You're like, farts! All right. How about you? Are you also very upset?
Very.
I know, I can tell. Yeah, dude, it's all gravy, man. I mean, like, we could get you some, suntan lotion and go bake for a couple weeks, and maybe, I don't know, we could figure something out. You look like you're kind of biracial. What you got happening? A little bit of Latina? No? Just a lot of white? Okay, that's tied. That's tied. You're making me think about 1996, girl. All right, here's the deal. You guys are very lucky you get to all see each other tonight, and we all get to see that young lady cross her arms and push her boobs together. Well, I'm saying! That's why you're not supposed to cross your arms in a comedy show, because A, you look hella judgy, B, I can say things about your boobs.
Hey, my name is Michael Schertzer. I'm a comedian. I have been doing comedy for about 5 years.
This first Punchline Posse member is a very good friend of mine, dude. He's one of the young stallions tearing up the Southern California comedy scene in this golden age.
I used to do slam poetry, and cameraman is laughing at that right now for the record. But there were parts of my poems that were funny, you know what I mean? I'd be like, well, I don't know. There were parts of my poems that were funny, and I I enjoyed laughter more than snapping. Also, it's like, I recognize that there's only a limited amount of space that you can talk shit about the government without people getting weird. You know what I mean? Like, if you see a dude on the street and he's like screaming about John McCain or whatever, you know what I mean? You're like, that guy's crazy. You know what I mean? But like, if you see me doing that shit behind a microphone, you're like, that's a comedic genius. The difference is like a bachelor's degree and 3 showers.
And we love him here at the Comedy Palace. I'm stoked he's part of Volume 4. He cruises all the way down the 5 for you, Kearney Mason. Show him some love. Clap it up for Michael Schertzer. Let's hear it.